Welcome to Frolic Harder, and welcome to Serial Killer. My name is Matt. I'm joined by a serial fiend, my co-host, Brennan.
I just want to be known as the serial fiend from now on.
That's dope, right?
At least from this episode. Yeah, I just want to be the serial fiend for now.
And joining us again, Producer John. Say hi, Producer John.
Hi, Producer John. I'm here.
There we go.
I think he did what you told him to.
All right, so I'd like to start off with this.
I'm a good employee.
Unpaid intern.
Here.
I don't like people knowing my pay. Thank you.
I mean, you're paid a lot.
So much.
Thanks, guys.
More than
So
we
much.
are.
You're welcome. All right, everybody. What is the number one cereal brand in Asgard?
Wow, we're coming right out of the gate like that.
Yeah. Anyone know?
Did you say
Number one cereal brand
Asgard?
in Asgard?
Number one cereal brand in
Doritos.
Asgard.
I'm gonna go with Lokios.
Oh, we
The
went with
answer
two
is,
different names, but O's.
By Frosties.
That's a good one.
All right. We are a cereal based episode. And we're going to start right off with a little game.
Oh, right out of the gate.
I call this one Party in the USA.
Oh yeah, here we is is Miley Cyrus showing up?
I wish.
You remember when you had
Actually-
a thing for Miley Cyrus like back in the day? You had like Hannah Montana stickers on
Oh,
everything.
that show's so funny.
Oh yeah, it was completely a joke, but you were like collecting
Oh, yeah.
Hannah Montana stickers out of like one of those.
Well, I think we went to
20
a
quarter
like a
machines or-
99-cent store, and there was a bunch of Hannah Montana cups,
Yeah,
and we needed cups for alcohol.
just nailed it. Hannah
So
Montana.
I mean,
I remember when you had your brief Hannah Montana.
that was like my my party cup that I just took everywhere.
Can you imagine just like showing up to a party with your own cup and it's just Hannah Montana on
It's
it?
a Hannah Montana cup.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair. Anyway,
Anything for a laugh.
that's right.
All right, so this game revolves around the 10 largest cereal brands in the United States of America. And you guys are going to guess them. You're going to take turns, and we're going to see who scores the most.
Cereal
Does this
brands
include,
or like
like,
cereal
cereals?
brands?
All name
No,
brands? Or
cereals.
is this like
Okay.
Vaughn's brand too?
Yeah,
You know, like
this
the
is-
bags?
It's open to anything. It's the top 10 selling brands.
I forget
in
all the
US.
bag ones, dude. That's what I always buy, but I call them by their brand name.
He doesn't get frosted mini wheats. He just gets frosted wheat.
Exactly. It's like they're like Fruitios instead of Fruity Loops.
Instead of Fruit Loops, yeah.
Yeah. Actually,
So,
I'm old.
let's
I
be
get brand.
gentlemanly. Let's be gentlemanly.
Okay,
Who would like first guess?
me. I'm going first. I'm doing it.
All right.
Gentlemanly, I just said it's me.
I'm the intern, guys. Come on.
Producer John, you're not an intern.
All right.
Producer.
That's
What
a good
is
title
your-
for an intern.
Producer John, stop talking over us.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Speak
do
when
I
spoken to?
guess just like a random?
You told me to drink.
cereal?
This your fault.
See, this is why we need his face on here,
This is
because
what-
I can't see him. I don't know when he's about to talk.
Sure.
See, I can see
Just play your
Brennan.
game and let's see what happens.
Okay, we're gonna let Brennan go first.
What do I do with that camera?
There we go.
There we go.
All right, so a brand of cereal, so like a maker of cereal, right?
So we're looking not for the maker. So I don't want Post. I don't want General Mills.
Okay,
I want a specific type of cereal.
okay.
For
like
example,
Cinnamon
um,
Toast Crunch.
is that your guess?
Yes.
That is on there. That is number 5. That is the number 5 selling cereal, and I have some little tidbits about each one in
Let's
the top
do it.
10. So Cinnamon Toast Crunch was originally introduced in 1984. And aside from that, the only other interesting fact is that my favorite version is Dulce de Leche, which is currently in my pantry, and it's fucking delicious.
That's amazing. I like that.
So, point Brennan.
There we go.
Producer John, it is now your turn. See, now he's talking. and I
Now
can
he's
see him.
muted.
Now I can't hear him.
Now we can see him and we can't hear him.
There's nothing like in the background, right? Nothing bad.
No.
You're good.
I couldn't tell if you were blurring out the background or.
No, it's probably I gotta clean the lens, but worry about that later.
That's fine.
Take a swing.
Yeah. I look a lot better blurry. Don't worry about it. Oh, Cheerios, honey. I'm assuming one specific, so Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios is number 3.
Ooh.
Nice.
So originally introduced in 1979. So Honey Nut Cheerios were originally flavored using honey and actual almonds to get the flavoring. That's the nut of
That's
the
nice.
honey nut.
What is it flavored with now?
But from 2006 on, the almonds were thrown to the wayside, and whatever flavoring you got from that now comes from peach and apricot pits.
Really? For
Yeah.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
For Honey Nut
That
Cheerios.
is
So they're-
okay. So the entire brand is a lie now.
Basically, yeah.
What?
Can't do that. We
So
should
we're
all
tied
sue for
1-1.
false advertising
This
and
is
get
great.
our entire podcast funded by the lie that is Honey Nut Cheerios.
So now
I'm
everyone
going
knows.
to start tomorrow. I'm gonna go look at the ingredients. I'm calling shenanigans.
There we
This
go.
doesn't seem right. Okay,
No,
is
it
it my turn
doesn't.
again?
It's your turn again.
Wait, do we get like X amount of guesses before we lose? Or we're
I've
out?
actually been informed that in American baseball there's 3 strikes and not 4 as
Oh,
I
has-
previously thought.
Okay, so we've been wrong the whole time. Look
What?
at that.
That was
So, yeah. So I guess 3 strikes will do it.
Okay, I'm going again.
It's your turn.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms, sir, is number 6.
Ooh.
So these were actually found at the end of the rainbow in 1964. And its maker, General Mills, was actually the first to have marshmallows in a cereal. So Lucky Charms started the mallow in the cereal. And
They broke
interesting,
the marshmallow barrier.
they did,
They're like the Jackie
Marshmallows?
Robinson of cereals.
pretty much.
Yeah.
A pioneer, would you say?
I would say a cereal pioneer.
I love it. And actually, their marshmallows actually have an official term that they use within the company, which is Marbits, which is
So they don't call
marshmallow
them marshmallows,
bits.
which is Marbits.
Marbits.
Fair enough.
So point for you, sir.
I want to get number 1, but I don't know.
Do it now.
Do it.
Well, there's so many choices, and all of them are geared at kids. But I feel like more adults eat cereal than kids do.
I
Because
don't know about that.
Cereal, once you get older, man, it helps keep you like I eat bran, helps keep me regular.
There you go. Helps you
You
poop.
know,
It always comes
Yeah.
back to poop.
he's
Add it-
eating
add it-
bran.
yeah.
I already admitted that I'm eating dulce de leche cinnamon toast crunch.
True. True.
Oh, don't get me wrong, we got like Cocoa Puffs and stuff too.
Take a
Barnes
guess. It's your turn.
Yeah.
I know.
Why are you stalling?
Yeah, don't stall.
I want.
We don't
I
do
want to
this
pick
here.
number 1. Fine. Well, I guess Cocoa Puffs.
Cocoa Puffs is not on the list. That is a strike for you, producer John.
It.
PJ, strike 1.
I like
All
that.
right.
All right. I'm back again. I'm going to take another swing.
Let's do it.
I'm going to go with Frosted Flakes.
Frosted Flakes is number 2, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Introduced in 1952, these were originally called Sugar Frosted Flakes. Just letting everyone know what we got there. What is that? I'm distracted.
Why are you?
All right.
Don't be looking at my camera.
I'll-
I'm trying to distract
Talk about
Brennan. He's the
Frosted Flakes.
competition.
Sugar Frosted
He's the
Flakes.
competition.
So,
He's like,
unfortunately, in 1983, everyone decided they'd start being a little more health conscious, and they just went ahead and dropped the sugar part from Sugar Frosted Flakes. Interesting enough, Frosted Flakes is in fact so generic of a cereal name, actually it's not trademarked.
oh, yeah.
Cannot trademark just Frosted Flakes.
I did not know
That's
that.
why when you get the knockoff brand, good chance they're also called Frosted Flakes.
Fair enough.
And a point for you.
Nice. Okay.
You're doing very well.
Poo.
That's what I do.
Yeah. I gotta re-up. So is Blueberry still a thing?
Blueberry is a thing.
I mean, I just asked, and it is a thing. So I guess that's my answer. Unless I can.
No, we don't have time for phoning friends.
We ain't got time for that.
This is a condensed podcast we're trying to produce.
Well, then
Blueberry is not on there, and that would be
Nah, it's
strike 2 for
seasonal.
you, PJ.
Yeah, it happens.
I'm about to take this dub.
All right, let me see what you got. What's next?
All right. Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles, sir, is number 10 on the list.
Hell yeah, I'm still there.
So these were originally started as Sugar Rice Crinkles, a horrible name.
Yeah, terrible.
With a name like that, not selling well. So Post Cereal decided that they were going to license a popular cartoon. And at the time, that was the Flintstones. So this was the first time that a cereal was not going to just take a cartoon character and kind of tie it in. The whole brand was going to be based around this cartoon character. So in 1971, they launched as Fruity Pebbles, which they have been ever since with the Flintstones. And another point for you.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What's the score? Like 5-1? 4-1?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I already lost.
4-1.
Ooh. There's time. You've not been mathematically eliminated.
That is true.
No. Wait, yeah.
I'm going to go through the whole top 10 regardless. So
Raisin Bran.
Raisin Bran is your third strike, sir.
Dang, dude.
Nobody wants that trash.
Oh, it's
Soggy
regular.
Do you want to keep going, Brennan? See if you can.
Hell yeah, I want to keep going. I still got 3
Right,
strikes I haven't used yet.
I lost already, but we can still finish it out. I'll do it.
Okay. I'm going to go with. Here we go. Shh.
Silence. We can be as silent as we want. I'll edit this out.
We're going to do regular Cheerios.
Regular Cheerios is the number 1 selling
in
America. This was originally released in 1941 and were called Cheery Oats. And in 1945, they changed the name to the now Cheerios, which is stuck. Number 1 selling cereal in America.
What numbers do we have left?
So right now, we've got number 4 is still remaining. Number 7, 8, and 9.
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispies is not in the top 10.
Snap,
That is your first strike.
I'm a little surprised. It just feels so popular.
I was too, actually.
It's not sugary enough.
It's not, but I figured all the marshmallow Rice Krispie treat heads would just be buying these things up.
Yeah,
They probably don't take into Rice Krispie treats into account. It's probably just breakfast,
probably.
But yeah, what's next?
I'm gonna go with Fruity Pebbles, stronger brother, Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles not on the list.
It makes chocolate milk, dude.
It makes chocolate milk, yeah.
I also agree.
That's a letdown. I'm surprised.
It's a superior product.
It is. What are people?
Like, I understand Puffs. Like, Puffs tear your mouth apart, but Pebbles, oh, they're so good.
All right, Peanut Butter Crunch.
Peanut Butter Crunch not on the list.
Oh, Captain Crunch Peanut Butter Crunch is not on there.
Captain
Crunch, yeah,
not on the list either. Actually,
wow,
that was the one that shocked me.
Yeah, all right, that's my third strike, right?
Yeah, that was your third strike.
That's
so
okay.
the ones we didn't have left. So we got number 1, which was Cheerios. 2 was Frosted Flakes. 3 was Honey Nut Cheerios. Number 4 was Honey Bunches of Oats.
I was gonna say that. I was like, that's some BS. I was right on top of that one. Next.
So this is one of the newer ones. Originally released in 1989. And it was created by a post employee named Vernon Herzing. And what this guy did to create these was essentially he took a bunch of Post cereals and just tried mixing them together. And he would have his daughter test them out, kind of see what she liked. And that's what the Honey Bunches of Oats was based on.
I like
he just mixed a whole bunch of Post cereal, got creative, and there you go.
I'm a fan. I like Honey Bunches of Oats.
Mm-hmm.
As do I. So number 5, we had Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which you got. Lucky Charms at number 6. Number 7 was Fruit Loops.
Fruit Loops. There we go.
So these hit the market in 1963, and originally they were only red, orange, and yellow loops. It wasn't until the 90s that they added in the blue, purple, and green colors.
Interesting.
Which I did not know.
I didn't either.
Coloring technology.
Yeah.
Marketing technology.
8 on the list was Frosted Mini Wheats, launched in 1969. And when they first came out, much larger size. Wasn't until 1980 when they introduced the little bite size that we know today. And I did not know this. The big size was not phased out until 2015.
That's incredible. And was that for like frosted? Did it have a big frosted size?
Yeah, they're all frosted. It was just called, they started calling them the Big Bite.
The Big Bite? Okay.
Yeah.
I remember being a kid, and I remember just not frosted, but I remember just like, it was like what a frosted mini wheat is, but the size of like, it was this big. It was like the size of a football, and it came in an individual packet, and it was just one big square of it. And you'd put that in your bowl, put the like milk on top, and that was like the one piece broke down into the whole bowl of cereal.
It was the Big Bite.
Big Bite.
Huge bite.
And coming up next at number 9 was Life cereal. I don't know if you any fans of Life.
Interesting. I like Cinnamon Life.
I also enjoyed the Cinnamon Life.
Regular Life is basically as bland as Rice Krispies.
It is.
So these were released in 1961 and were actually originally made of oats. I think they're rice now, if I remember correctly. And what they're actually most known for, probably everyone's heard of it, I don't know if anyone's seen them, is the Little Mikey commercials.
Hey,
Mikey, he likes it.
Yeah. So this ad actually aired from 1972 all the way through 1986, which actually makes it one of the longest running TV ads in history.
I'm surprised it only ran through 86, because I swear I remember those in the 90s.
Yeah, somehow we caught that. I know my mom used to tell me about them, but I know I've seen them. Maybe it was like an early internet thing that we came across.
Maybe.
And then the last one, number 10, was Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah. That was
There's
solid.
the top 10 selling in the US right now.
Impressive.
Very impressive. I have another question for you guys.
Oh, I was hoping you did.
I have another absurd answer.
What is a thesaurus's favorite cereal?
Oh, yeah? We're going with a thesaurus? This is where we diverted to? We just, you know what? What is a thesaurus's
I'm just going to bow out. Anything I say is going to be stupid, so I'm just going to say I'm too stupid for this.
Feels like a Schrodinger's cat kind of answer right now. I don't know about this. Like, is or isn't it? I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it's not. We'll never know.
Nah, I'm bowing
I don't know.
Any educated guesses?
I have no idea. Why don't you hit me?
Synonym Toast Crunch.
You get out of here.
Yeah?
You get out. You're only allowed to do this. Like, either of you are allowed to do this because you got dad jokes. That's it. That's the only reason you're allowed.
All right. Up next, I have what I'm calling a knowledge nugget. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
You ready? You ready? All right. So the first cold breakfast cereal was called Granula. No relation to granola. No relation.
Doesn't sound.
It was invented in 1863 by a man named James Caleb Jackson, who was at the time running some weird, it was like a health spa for back in the day. There was a natural spring where this was located in upstate New York. Everyone thought it had healing powers. So all the rich folks, I think, went up there. This is the guy that invented the first cold cereal, Granula.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So Granula is basically, if we're going to compare it to something, it is a larger, tougher version of grape nuts. You just had grape nuts?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They make tougher versions of that?
Yeah, like
they used to.
Jesus, man. Does it need to get worse?
Yeah. So obviously, based on your reactions to grape nuts, it is not surprising that this cereal really was never popular.
Yeah.
A big reason for that was you had to take your Granula and you had to soak it overnight to make it edible. So this is a full evening process.
Are you soaking the Granula in water or milk overnight?
See, they didn't say in the research. So I feel like a lot of people were soaking them in water.
That's
Probably.
Disgusting.
I'm a big fan of soaking in milk, but like for like 5 minutes.
Are you you're a soggy cereal guy?
Oh yeah. If I can slip it down, I'm a happy dude.
Brennan?
With like a pound of sugar.
I like my cereal like fresh, crisp. I don't like to sit there with the soggy bits at the bottom.
Do you have a move for avoiding sogginess?
Don't put milk in it.
Just eat it dry as hell.
Yeah.
No. Just sit there and cut your mouth up with some dry ass Captain Crunch. No.
Only cereal killers.
Miss me with that. No, I don't really have a technique though, I guess.
So what I started doing is, I don't know if you just free reign the like milk over the cereal before eating.
Yeah, 100%.
So what I started doing is I gently trickle the cereal down the side of the bowl. So I kind of, all that top section is just fresh. It's just fresh cereal. That's not, so the ones on the bottom are going to get a little soggy, but you're taking those out first in the spoon. You're
just a side trickler.
I'm a side trickler.
You're a side trickler and a wet wiper.
Side trickler.
Yep.
Hashtag wet wipes are superior. I'm just a better human.
You just find it
I've just figured out life.
Jets of water far superior than wet wipes.
What?
He's talking about how a bidet.
You hold that slander for episode 20. I don't want to hear it right now.
At least you know my stance, people.
That's a teaser. I hope no one heard you. I'm gonna cut it out. I'm bleeping it out.
Just
no one's gonna hear that.
That's it.
Guess what, guys?
Do you have another question for us?
I do.
What is it this time, Dad?
Yes, tell me, Poppy.
What kind of cereal does Ronda Rousey eat?
Why does anybody care other than Ronda Rousey?
Why does anybody care other than Ronda Rousey? I don't know. Ronda Roundos. I don't know.
Yeah, Rousey-Os.
Kicks.
That's a good one. You remember Kicks and just how bland they are?
Oh, he's Kicks. Okay.
They're like I have a pair lightly sweetened, but that's about it.
I have a pair of Kicks shoes.
Do you? Like cereal brand Kicks shoes?
Yeah, I have Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Kicks, and the Lucky Charms were like impossible to buy, or I would have purchased them.
But why?
What do you mean, why? I love cereal.
That's a stupid question, Brennan.
I don't collect things, so I'm totally curious why.
See, I'm not the only one.
I just said I love cereal and I love shoes.
But did you eat the cereal or are you just like saving it? Or...
Eat the cereal. They're fucking shoes.
Oh, they just have cereal shit on the shoes. I thought they like came
Did you
cereal
eat
and
them?
shoes.
What do you mean?
No, I don't
just
know.
fill the shoe up with some milk and chew on it.
Hold on.
Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. Let's see
it.
Put
show
it on
me.
camera.
They didn't come with like a box too or something? Like
I paid like $100 more for a box that, I mean.
So I wasn't completely off.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. Kicks
first.
Here
we go.
Kicks first because they're Kicks.
Yes. We need to see this.
Do shoes still go up in value these days? Is that
they do?
Is that a valid investment still?
Yeah, they do.
They are.
Like Chumlee would be proud of you.
You can walk a mile in some of those and someone will still buy it.
Kicks.
You are not joking.
Kicks.
Okay.
Let me grab the other one.
Those are some real Kicks shoes.
The General Mills logo.
Oh my god! Nice. How much did you pay for these?
Don't worry about how much I paid for these. So
I want to know what someone pays for cereal shoes.
Actually, it was either these or the other ones. I actually got a $200, $250 gift card from Guitar Center for my 10-year anniversary when I was there.
Worth 10 years of pain, right? $250.
Yeah, so I got a Guitar Center gift card. So I took said Guitar Center gift card and I went to Guitar Center and bought $250 in Foot Locker gift cards because they sell gift cards. Then I bought shoes.
Oh, you can't even like do that at most places anymore.
Can't buy a gift card with a gift card. Yeah.
Nope.
Not the case at Guitar Center.
Here's the other ones. So the
that's nice.
Crunches.
I like that color.
The color is phenomenal.
You got to describe it to the folks here. You got to describe it.
It's kind of like it's a cinnamon toast crunch.
Yeah,
color.
but what's the material? Oh, is it?
It's kind of a suedish on the sides and like a mesh. It's very nice. There's the bottom.
Are they comfy?
Nice. Yeah, it's cute.
These are very comfy. Very, very comfortable shoes.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, we're moving on to the final segment. So this is the segment I had you guys prep for. I sent these fine gentlemen pictures of various cereal mascots.
Do I need to pull those up?
Not if you kind of remember what they look like. So we live in trying times. These are difficult times. The world is a cruel place. And what, expresses that more than cereal mascots meeting in a tournament where they fight to the death? So that's what we're going to do.
It's like
tournament style. All right, I like
tournament style.
Mortal Kombat.
Well, let me just start with our top 4 seeds. And this is based on that first top 10 list I gave you guys. So our number 1 seed is Tony the Tiger. Yes. Our number 2 seed is Buzz from Honey Nut Cheerios. Buzz the Bee.
Okay.
Our 3 seed, Lucky the Leprechaun. And our 4 seed is Toucan Sam.
Of course it is.
Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We have 4 wild card matchups to move on to face one of our top 4 seeds. So we start in the Tony bracket. We have Snap, Crackle, and Pop versus Fred and Barney from the Flintstones. Let's talk this through, and you guys are going to vote. I will be the tiebreaker if need be. I hope not. But let's talk this through. Who you guys got? Initial reactions.
Look, Snap, Crackle, and Pop are like miniature size. They're tiny people.
Do they get to use their magic though?
I don't know. Like,
because they do magical stuff all the time.
They do, but Barney and Fred have like prehistoric rock bats and things like that. They got weapons, dude.
Potentially immune to the magic.
Not immune, I don't think, but I think they got the blunt force thing down.
True. So
one good Snap, hit. Crackle, and Pop, perchance, burrow up someone's asshole and kill them. Just throwing it out there.
I don't know. How big is Snap, Crackle, and Pot? Or how big are they?
They are about what, cereal bowl in height?
Yeah.
From the commercials,
that's fair. That's about fair.
Okay.
They're tiny though.
Google, why don't you actually have an answer for me? It's the worst. They're tiny. They're gnomes.
This isn't about.
I feel like gnomes is like, up to a foot, right?
We can say they're. I don't think they're a foot.
I don't think so. I'd give them like a 4 to 6 inch height. That's about it.
That's what I'm thinking.
I think Fred and Barney could take him. Plus, I'm pretty sure they introduced like all the other Flintstones at some point throughout like the serials like run.
I know Pebbles and Bam Bam have been introduced. That's at least 4 of them.
And
but
Bam
this
Bam,
is Fred and Barney only.
I'm taking Fred and Barney.
Yeah, I still think they would win. Yeah,
okay.
We got
Fred and Barney moving on. All right. We're hopping over to the Buzz bracket. We have the Trix Rabbit versus Sonny the Cuckoo Bird.
Ooh.
Wait, what's Sonny the Cuckoo
Bird? That was Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs.
That's Cocoa Puffs.
Oh, yeah. I got you.
Yeah, okay.
So they're both a little out there. They're unhinged. They're the wild cards of the wild card round.
Trix is like next level.
I think I want to give it to the rabbit. I do. Because he's a trickster. I feel like he would do something to distract the bird here. Like Looney Tunes style, like paint a road on a wall and have him fly into it and he wins.
If this
probably
is going,
easy distracted, he is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He's crazy.
It's a straight up death match, right? Like this isn't like Disney plus like we're doing this on like old school MTV late night, right? Okay.
Yes, celebrity death match style.
Then Trix wins.
Yeah, I think I gotta go with Trix.
Trix will Trix will like beyond whatever you think the Joker could be crazy, like is what Trix would go for.
We got Trix Rabbit moving on to face Buzz the Bee. Moving down to the lucky bracket. I like this matchup very much. It's seasonal. I don't know when this episode's coming out. Could be after Halloween. I have no clue. Time is, as we've discussed.
Count Chocula? Count Chocula? Is it Count Chocula?
It is Count Chocula versus Frankenberry.
Oh, that's a good one. I think personally, I got to go with Count Chocula because I feel like Frankenberry is just kind of like a mindless oaf wandering around in the cereal world. He's just here so he doesn't get fined. He is literally just playing the role of Marshawn Lynch. He's like, I'm here. I don't really have anything to go with. I don't have any weapons. I don't have any kind of superpowers or anything. Count Chocula is a vampire, bro.
Yeah, if we're going like Yeah,
exactly.
Dude, nice.
Rocking the shirt over there.
If we're going like mythical creatures, Dracula still wins. If we're going Count Chocula and Frankenberry, Count Chocula still wins. He's still gonna beat him every time.
Concur.
I like what you guys are throwing down. Count Chocula will move on to face Lucky the Leprechaun. And our final matchup of the wild card round, we've got Captain Crunch versus Dig'em Frog.
Look, as much as I like Dig'em, he's
Wait,
a
is
frog.
that the name for the?
Yeah, it is.
His name is Dig'em.
Yeah,
Dig'em.
from
His name is Dig'em.
Smacks, right?
Honey Smacks.
Yeah. Honey Smacks.
Oh,
He's a frog, right? He's a cool frog, and he's hip. He's always got his hat. It's either like sideways or something. He's a hip, cool frog.
And I think he is a giant frog. I think he is man-sized.
I think he's a human-sized
really?
frog.
So he can't step on him. Okay.
But
you cannot step on him.
That kind of changes it up.
But he's never shown the ability in any kind of advertisement to jump.
He's like a crackhead, right?
Does he ever use his tongue? Like, is he a regular? Like, if he doesn't jump,
I want to say
his tongue.
I think he did though. I think he like slurped up some cereal with like one of those fucking whack toad.
I think that sounds
moves.
right.
Right?
Wait, if he has use of his tongue, he might automatically win if he's the size of a human. Because
but what's he gonna do with it? You gotta lick the cap to death?
Have you seen how big like frogs can get some pretty big stuff?
What did
he would just like eat them?
What did the X-Men mutant Toad do? What was his thing? Because he had the tongue.
He had a long tongue that would like wrap around people and throw them around and stuff.
Is that how he would do it? So do you think Dig'em is similar? Except he's an actual frog.
He has an actual frog mouth. He could actually inhale the dudes.
It's an interest. I think this is probably
the best matchup
interesting
so far.
Because if we do take into account that Dig'em is
Captain Crunch, right?
Yeah. It is Captain
Crunch bringing. He doesn't even have a weapon.
He's got a fleet of naval ships, bro.
Does he?
Like I think
watch the Wiggles. He's basically Captain Feathersword. He has no real. He has no way to defend himself.
He's got a ship with cannons on it. I think he like. Couldn't he just blast
cereal?
Like dig him into like next week? He shoots cereal.
Requiring him to aim well. I don't know, man. Maybe. Do you think it can't?
What do you think?
Maybe the frog has good agility. I don't know. I think the frog would win if he's human size. I don't think the frog
would win.
I don't think either of us would
win.
Are we only human size?
Are we taking into account that the captain has a fleet of naval ships, or is this just a 1v1 battle in an arena?
Yeah,
this is a 1v1 battle.
The Flintstones couldn't bring in the family or like Dino or anybody, right?
So,
correct.
So I think that if we are going 1v1, well, he has a sword though.
I don't think he has a sword.
I've never seen him use a sword. I feel like he's too family friendly.
I was also under the impression he had a sword until I started seeing pictures.
Maybe he did early.
You know what? I bet early on he had a sword.
And then they removed it because he's more children.
I bet they nixed the sword. The same way the Cookie Crisp guys.
He did have a sword. He did.
Okay.
I remember it like that.
There we go. So that's in the history. So sword is valid.
It's in the canon. So
it's in canon, exactly.
So if we're playing Smash Bros, he's just like one of the original characters.
Yes.
Smash Bros.
Yes.
Okay.
So this changes things.
It does, because I was like, he has a sword. If we're not letting him use his ship.
He at least has. We could make a whole D&D campaign out of this.
Just cereal mascots
floating
around.
Save that.
Dude, yes, I would totally be into that. It sounds amazing. Let's see. So I guess it would depend on his dexterity and his agility, right?
He doesn't look like the most in shape fellow, and he looks like he's seen many moons. Let's put it that way.
He does look.
But
grizzled.
an old warrior can still have a moment of like triumph, like
that's true.
This is true. So this is young crackhead energy versus age and experience
versus old man energy
with
a sword.
So I'm thinking if he gets one good slice, he can cut the tongue.
Right. That's what I was
basically loses his defenses. So it's really an RNG type of deal.
I don't know. I think with this newfound bit of information, I think I got to lean. Because you were selling me on Dig'em for a minute.
Do you have like dates on these? Like who came first?
I believe Captain Crunch came first.
That sounds right.
Then I'm gonna go with Crunch based off of just old man badassery with a sword against the kid frog.
Yeah, I think I got to go Captain Crunch, but this is not a knockout. This is a
No, we
This
should
is not a
revisit
unanimous. If this was a like a boxing match, I don't think it would be a unanimous decision. I think it would be a technical knockout, if you will. I think he wins on the scorecard, but not by a knockout. I think I got to go Captain Crunch.
I could see that.
This was my favorite round so far.
This was a good one.
This was a good one. Yeah.
All right, let's stay in this bracket. We've got the 4 seed Toucan Sam going up against our hard fought victor, Captain Crunch.
Look.
Oh no, Toucan's messed up. Like,
he's gonna get messed up, man.
If anything, Toucan will end up being the parrot on Captain Crunch's shoulder.
Boom. Yep, I think you're right, John. I think in this case, I think what happens is we're gonna have a gladiator situation where the captain's gonna stand over him with his sword, pointing him at his throat, and he's like, "I could either kill you now, or you can be my shoulder parrot forever."
Yeah, he's never shown anything but subservience, so I don't even know
this
if I'm allowed to
happens in
say
sports.
that anymore.
Sometimes there's just a bad matchup.
Yeah, no,
the higher seed's going down. This is what happened here.
Can we say though that the new canon is that Toucan Sam is a part of Captain Crunch?
What say you, sir?
You know what? I think for that round in that universe, he walked off with Toucan on his shoulder.
Okay.
For the sake of the tournament.
So he's his corner man now.
I wasn't gonna say he adds anything to it other than just like in our imaginations he's there.
So he's basically gained a manager.
Toucan could stay there for cheerleader purposes. There you go.
There we go.
Okay, he's in the manager corner.
Yeah, essentially Toucan Sam just forfeited. He had no way to win.
He don't want any part of that.
He walked in, he's just like, nah,
nope.
All right. Here we go. This one could be good. We got mythical creatures lined up in this next battle. We've got Lucky the Leprechaun versus Count Chocula.
Oh, Lucky.
This is another good matchup.
I don't think any vampire. Well, no, because because Count Chocula basically has Dracula's powers, right?
Let's assume so. I would believe so. He is a vampire. I think we can agree on that.
Full fledged can vanish, appear, has the full vampire thing going on.
Yes,
I think that's fair to assume.
Okay, then he can dodge. So this actually could be a duel.
This is an all magic battle.
But what kind of magic does Lucky the Leprechaun have for offense?
He can make marshmallows.
He appear, and I think of any size. I'm pretty sure I've seen him ride them down a river raft of milk.
Yeah,
that's pretty legit.
And he's good at vanishing. He's always running from them kids.
Or does that just mean he has control over his size, so he could do the old butthole maneuver?
He can go up Count Chocula's ass and kill him from the inside out.
I mean, everybody knows there's only 2 real ways to kill a vampire, right? Stake in the heart with wood,
or a leprechaun in your ass. It's either a stake or a leprechaun up the ass. It's the only way to kill a vampire.
I thought everybody learned that in Twilight.
I did not watch Twilight, did not read it. I avoided that and will continue to avoid that. However,
they dazzle.
It's the last thing you need is a bedazzled leprechaun in your ass.
Oh, the vampire.
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe that's the other way around. Who knows? But you know what, though? All things considered, the vampire is a vampire.
If Count Dracula has Count Chocula has Dracula's powers, it would be inevitable that the Lucky would have, a leprechaun's powers, right?
But what are a leprechaun's powers?
Oh, what does Leprechaun in the Hood do?
Yo, I used to be terrified of Leprechaun in space.
Because it's frightening.
Don't go there. Yes. But no, leprechauns, they're super powerful, right? I would imagine they could basically do anything because they're leprechauns. It's their whole shtick.
He's up there. Could you imagine the leprechauns walkout song is just anything is possible?
I'm pretty sure
Kevin Garnett.
They could just do whatever they want, and the only way to really beat them is to just kind of outmaneuver them. You gotta be more clever, right?
I feel like Count Chocula would be pretty clever.
That's why I think this is a draw. I don't think anybody wins this match.
We cannot have a draw.
Somebody's got to die.
Okay.
Someone needs to die.
Then because I think that I would imagine a leprechaun is telepathic, right? Like
I have never known a leprechaun to be telepathic.
Oh man, we need to know this stuff. Okay, based off of a lack of knowledge of the mythology of a leprechaun, I have to go with the vampire.
Fair. I think I agree.
All right, Count Chocula is moving
Damn
on.
it, I was really rooting for Lucky, but
I was too. Bad matchup.
If we ever bring this back, I'll do a little.
We have had 2 of our top 4 seeds fall.
Incredible.
I don't think it's going to get much better. Up next, we have Buzz the Bee versus Trix the Rabbit.
I just don't see a situation where Buzz the Bee can beat Trix the Rabbit unless there is one way that this goes his way.
Trix is allergic to
Trix
bees.
is allergic to bees. That's right.
But Trix can recover because, as we know with bees, once they sting you, they're dead.
That's true. He can survive this. So what if Trix the Rabbit just went up to him and immediately sacrificed and just said, "Sting me, do it. It's the only way you're going to beat me anyway." And he's going to die. So I think
is Buzz the Bee? Well, no, because bees are also attracted. This is Trix the Rabbit, right? He has access to Trix.
He does have access to
Bees are attracted to colors. He would just distract it. He would distract the bee with his own cereal, and then slap the motherfucker up back the head and win.
You have a drink deliverer?
I have a lovely wife, Amanda.
Drink delivery?
Pretty incredible.
Well, these beers are tiny. Look at these things. It was hard to find anything good in a bottle.
These beers are normal beer can size. They're so small.
I'm used to like the tall dudes.
Yeah, like these
All right.
Yeah, that or tall glass.
Yeah, fair. But yeah, I think Trix the Rabbit moves on.
Right in the back of the head.
There we go.
I can't make an argument for the other team.
And once again, a high seed falls. All right. We got our last matchup of the first round. We got Tony the Tiger, our number 1 seed, against Fred and Barney from the Flintstones.
This is such a good matchup.
So essentially we've got a tiger versus 2 cavemen.
This is a classic matchup in just reality.
In history.
Yeah.
It just is. Yeah. It's tiger versus human. And I think
honestly, they've probably come up again. They win. I can almost guarantee you
they
come up against one.
This is a tiger that is bipedal.
No, they were probably friends thumbs. With it.
He's got thumbs.
He's sentient. He's intelligent.
He's sentient.
Yeah.
So there we go.
And he's pretty big. He's a tiger. He's not tiny. I don't know. This is a good one because the more you think about like the history of cavemen with like saber-toothed tigers and all that, you know that sometimes the tiger won. Sometimes just a dude died. Sometimes he just did not, the hunt did not go well.
And that was with a non-intelligent saber-toothed tiger.
Right. But
who didn't have thumbs.
Tiger. Tony is not a saber-toothed tiger. He's just
a tiger.
He's like a Bengal tiger,
which is the largest of cats.
It's so big.
And he's bigger because he's
Tony.
Because he's Tony.
And he is great.
He is great. I think I've seen him battle Shaq once.
Yeah, I do.
That would make him the size of Shaq, not.
So he's Shaq sized. So we're talking about a 7'3" tiger with thumbs.
I guess that's kind of.
That's true. That's a big tiger.
And he's technically a cartoon. So if we're going with like Space Jam rules,
Space Jam knowledge, yes, anything is possible in Toonland.
True. So there's so many different like genres of different mythologies you have to take into account. Tony, I mean, he is the number 1 seed too. It'd be really interesting to have an upset, but I think based off of all we've heard, Tony wins.
I think that if I have to make an argument one way or another, he's a really big tiger.
He's
the Flintstones are really durable, though.
The Flintstones have prehistoric weapons.
Not even that. They're like tools themselves within that. They literally have like boulders fall on their head and it just cracks in half, falls over, and they walk.
Mr. Brad, these aren't the fittest of cavemen either. They're kind of schlubs. They're kind of everymen.
But
let's think about who played them in the movie.
It's like Homer Simpson boxing, right? Like he just has to outlast the tiger. The tiger could tire out.
I don't know, but the tiger is a tiger.
True. So
Have we forgot about? I think we forgot about
Shaq-sized
tiger.
tiger.
Yeah,
most predators are built for short like stints, right? Like they're not really.
I don't think
for...
Fred Flintstone's running away from a tiger anytime soon.
Not talking about running away. He just has to take enough damage to outlast them,
or die.
He comes out from behind.
I don't know, man. So are we in this situation? You're willing to sacrifice Flintstone for Barney Rubble to come in and clean up with the kill?
Well, no, I'm just going based
so
off.
Barney is the man standing.
If we're taking in cartoon logic, those two are basically invincible based off of their cartoon logic.
Not necessarily. I mean, wouldn't Tony by the same?
Yeah. So okay, so we have to take out that part of the cartoon logic.
Yes, so they can die.
They have to be able to die. So
the
whole point of this tournament is that people are dying.
Yeah, sorry, I was just getting way too into it.
Yeah, you're going deep.
Tony the Tiger. Well, how can you not? This is such a great.
I think Tony. I think we got the number 1 seed. I think is going to move on here.
All right, we've got our first of the top 4 moving on. So we're in the semifinals already, just like that.
Boom.
So here we go. We got Trix the Rabbit. He's been out there. He's a trickster. He's like Loki.
Yo, he's basically Loki.
That's basically my wild card.
Versus the Count of Darkness himself, Count Chocula.
That's a tough one.
I already know where this is ending, but Count Chocula wins.
I already know how this is ending. Count Chocula wins. Count Chocula is just gonna wreck shop and then eat him for dinner.
Top tier vampire is one of the strongest things you could ever get, and Trix may have the best chance of like killing him, but I don't see Trix having a stake in his art. Like I don't see him being prepared.
I don't know. I feel like that's exactly the type of thing that Trix would do. Is he would be able to predict what he was going to.
That's a good way.
I think he would be pretty prepared for that kind of fight.
Let's remember this.
Take into account the trickster.
In history, all the Trix commercials, this rabbit is constantly fooled by children.
That is true.
He's never been able to get his hands on the tricks because tricks are for kids.
But we're not talking about getting his hands on some.
Yeah, we're not
cereal.
talking
We're talking about his hands wrapping around
We're not talking about clever marketing.
He's never been successful. He's never been successful in his single mission in life
to get cereal.
That's because of corporate, bro.
I'm not voting here.
Trix the rabbit couldn't get the cereal because corporate.
Pretty much.
That's it. Corporate rules.
God, I feel bad for the animators. They probably every week they're like, I hope he gets it this week.
I hope this is the script where Trix the rabbit finally gets some cereal.
Yeah, no, I think Matt's basically playing into what I already said. The Count Chocula wins. I mean, he's got like, he's got the speed. He's clever. He can do crazy Dracula things. So no matter what Trix does, I feel like the speed and stuff is there to counter it. So.
Okay, you think so? You think just Count Chocula is going to take this one, and it's not close?
Well, if we're going off that he's Dracula, basically, then yeah, he's the apex of vampires.
But Dracula can die though.
Dracula can die,
but you don't think Trix is the one to kill him?
I think Trix probably has the best. Well, no, I don't know. We'll see. But I don't think Trix wins this one. Do you have a better argument as to why he would win other than he might be prepared?
I don't have a great argument either way for both, but I can see Count Chocula coming out on top here.
My thing is Trix isn't like full human size, right? He's like a toddler, maybe at best.
I think so. A child.
I would say that.
Like a 5-year-old or something.
Like a 5-year,
yeah.
So it's basically just like, if Count Chocula can just grab him by the neck at one point, right? Just done.
Gone.
Just one. It just needs to be one. But there has to be a lot of things that go right for Trix to get close enough to actually get a stake in the art. Plus,
it's a good argument.
Is Trix even strong enough to pull it off? We've never seen any feats of strength out of him. He's just clever and fast.
That's fair. We can go Count Chocula.
All right. Count Chocula is our first finalist. Congrats to him and the Count Chocula heads.
I feel like we could have saw that coming.
All right, here we go.
He must have been a newcomer to this league because he probably should have been.
He must have been a newcomer to this league.
We got the old man, the grizzled vet, Captain Crunch.
Oh, I forgot he's still in this. He totally We almost had an upset with that. Yeah.
Going against Shaq-sized Tony the Tiger. The tiger with thumbs and a bandana.
This is another good matchup, I think.
Yeah, I think Tony wins.
You think Tony the Tiger is going to beat Captain Crunch?
So, speed.
Sword.
Right? Speed, the sword. So, oh man.
I like just playing devil's advocate. I don't even care who wins in the end. I just like stirring the pot. So
it would basically be Gladiator, right? When the lion jumps on him and he just.
I think that's a really good analogy for it, because you got basically we all know he's older. His heyday is behind him. He's he's not in his peak physical shape.
Yeah, but it's a lot more likely he gets that one sword hit. Even if honestly, it works in his favor. If he gets jumped, he has that close proximity, easy peasy.
Just stab the tiger there.
Tony would have to get some like crazy bite or something just insane, like during that, like knock him out or something like that. But while they're all able to die, I don't see them being able to be knocked out. So yeah.
Going with the Cap.
Oh, snap.
And his sword.
I forgot about Cap. He might actually be the only one too that can take out Count Chocula. Oh, yeah, I think the sword wins.
I think Captain Crunch takes
out
amazing. Tony
I love
the Tiger.
This.
I think that we get full like
Gladiator ruined us. Odds are he would lose, but honestly, because of Gladiator rules, he wins.
So this is because of Maximus.
Yeah, Maximus totally.
I think so. He proved this already that it can be done.
I am on record comparing Maximus to
Captain Crunch.
All right, boys.
I love it.
The time has arrived. It is time for our main event. In one corner, from Transylvania, Jace, Chocolate Land, we've got Count Chocula. And in the other corner, Captain Horatio Magellan Crunch.
That is his name. I love it.
The SS Guppy.
Yo,
with Toucan Sam in his corner.
Yeah.
As his manager. Yeah. This is correct.
Cheerleaders.
Yeah. This is a good one, because at this point,
this is what we've been waiting for.
I think
Who do we got?
I think he's a contender.
I think he's a contender too. I mean, I think this was not the matchup we were expecting from the beginning. I think I don't think anybody saw this one coming, but through the natural course of events,
I feel like it's the matchup that needed to happen, though.
It was the matchup we needed, not the matchup we wanted.
Yeah. All right. So are we thinking Captain comes prepared? Like, is he using any defensive devices?
Toucan is a good defense. He's sitting there in his ear. Toucan Sam's like, look, he's going to pull some punches this way. Here's the strategy he's used. I've been sitting there studying the opponent while you've been off getting your old ass trained. Get that sword real sharp. Go in there and whip some ass. So I think he's got a coach where Count Chocula is just relying on his natural talent and abilities.
Well, decapitation isn't going to win alone, right? So he has to be properly prepared.
True.
Now, does he have defensive preparations? Do we have garlic? Do we have holy water? Nobody ever really brought any of that.
And I don't think that could be taken into account given the current format that we have.
So then the really only final outcome we could have, if Captain could do it. No. Well, hold on. What's Captain's sword made out of? Hold on.
I think it's
a standard sword.
It's a.
Does it have a wood hilt?
I do have a picture online, so it might be canon. A version of Captain Crunch has a peg leg made of wood.
Ooh.
So do with that as you may.
If it's there, I'm in the.
It's in canon.
What was that movie with the girl with the machine gun leg? What if he just did that?
Well, maybe he was just
into his heart.
Maybe he was just cosplaying peg leg that. Like they just didn't show his foot
maybe
in the back.
Maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
So it's canon that he at least owns a peg leg, and he may have worn it for the battle, knowing who he was going against.
True.
So that kind of adds a little credence to the Cap, because I was about to say Cap just straight out loses because he could never really kill
him. So now we have Count Chocula has a weakness in this specific battle.
Yeah, but the captain has quite a lot that Count Chocula could exploit.
That's true. That's true. The Count has a lot of things that can go in his favor
like,
here,
I would
and
say
Captain
even,
needs one specific thing to happen.
I would say even if Count Chocula pulled a sword, like I kind of assume he'd be a swordsman with age, right?
I don't know. I've never seen a vampire wield a sword before. I don't think so. I don't think that's in their wheelhouse.
They carry guns.
I mean, but Count Chocula doesn't. Yeah, Count Chocula does not have a gun.
Count Chocula basically only has his teeth, but we've also never technically seen him. He likes chocolate though.
He does like chocolate.
Not necessarily going for the blood.
Maybe not. Maybe
he's been able to win all these battles based off of just cleverness and
being a vampire.
Like, we've never really needed him to come to killing blows as a vampire.
Right. Now we do. This I think this can go. This is tough because it can go in either way, I think.
So, well, the captain's still pretty old, right? And we assume he's a decent, like.
But Count Chocula is really old too.
Swordsman. Count Chocula is probably way.
Maybe he's hundreds or thousands of years old.
Yeah.
See.
I mean, the vampire is probably going to win every time, right?
I don't know.
I'd like to throw in this information that I just discovered.
Please do.
Has there already been a battle like this?
According to the internet, Count Chocula stands at 7'6".
Oh my God!
Why is everything?
How tall is the cap? Do we have that info?
How big are these Cheerios and stuff that they're recording these guys with? They must
Count
be massive.
Chocula is 7'6".
Jeez.
That is just disgusting. Why do we have?
He looks like he's like freaking Napoleon, right? Like 3'5", 4
tiny little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Captain does look. He comes off at like Napoleon.
It's in the hat, right?
It's in the what's the like the Commodore hat that he wears.
Yeah, which is Napoleon-y like.
All right, this was as of 2014.
Good enough.
He was 55 years old.
Man, that's an old 55 there, man.
Yeah.
Standing at 5'5".
So he's not tall, but he's.
You had it, John.
Short.
You were definitely calling it was short. I think the size comparison does go into account when you're talking about brute strength, right?
Well, and you got to think about the age comparison too. Count might be old, but he's still young, right? Like,
he's still a vampire. He's still young in vampire years.
Yeah. I mean, he basically won't age pretty much for the most part.
So you think the vampire is just taking it?
He's the apex predator pretty much in anything, right?
I think I agree. And like I was saying before, a lot of things need to go right for Captain Crunch to win this. While he does have the best chance and can do it, I think that Count Chocula takes it.
Yeah, I think like 9 times out of 10, Count Chocula wins.
Right. I think we got to go that way. Count Chocula, final answer.
And there it is. The first and final, because all these characters are dead now.
The People's Champion.
Battle Royale. The People's Champion, and by people we mean just the 3 of us, is Count Chocula. Congratulations, sir.
You did good, Count. Well fought.
Well done, boys.
That's good stuff.
That was entertaining watching you two try and figure that out.
That there's a lot of good source material to go off of. So
there really is. So there we go. I'll put this online and whenever this releases, and we'll see if the people agree.
Yeah, that would
take some polls.
All right, but I need to remind you guys that when you enjoy your cereal for breakfast, as a part of a well-balanced meal, it will result in the ability to run faster, jump higher, and frolic harder.
Okay, bye.
Bye.